Hola! Today I'm going to make a video for you guys about the accent rules in the Spanish language. This is about how you pronounce a word when you read it, where the verbal stress of the word falls, that aspect of pronunciation. It's also got to do with when you write a diacritical slanted mark over a vowel in Spanish and why you do that sometimes. So we'll start with rule 1, which is if a word ends in a vowel, N, or S, the natural verbal stress falls on the second to last syllable. This applies to any words ending in the 5 Spanish vowels: A, E, I, O, U, Y, sometimes a vowel in English and Spanish, and then NAS, all words ending in those. That covers most words in the Spanish language. So the word for frog is rana. And you can hear the verbal stress falls on that RA, that first syllable or second from last syllable, rana. Or if we did the word ranchero, second to last syllable is getting that stress. Ranchero. It's not ranchero, it's not ranchero, it's ranchero. Bien? You speak, hablas, hablas, second to last syllable. They speak. Hablan. Stress on that second to last syllable. So if a word ends in a vowel N or S, the natural verbal stress falls on the second to last syllable. Yeah. Our next rule. If a word ends in a consonant other than N or S, meaning anything that's not A, E, I, O, U, Y, N or S, but usually in Spanish, it's going to be L, R, or D, every once in a while Z. I only know of one J. So if it ends in one of those letters, a consonant that's not N or S, the natural verbal stress will fall on the final syllable. The last syllable will get that emphasis when you're saying the word. So all of our infinitives in Spanish end in R's. One example would be to live. It's vivir. Stress is on the last syllable, vivir. And there are fewer words like that in Spanish, but there's a pretty healthy handful. Another example would be corral. You can hear the stresses here, corral. Magnifico. On to rule 3. Sometimes there are exceptions to rule 1 or rule 2. And in these cases, we put a tilde over the vowel of the accented syllable. So if you see a word that's written in Spanish and it has a tilde on it, you can know that that is the word that's going to receive the verbal stress. And if you're writing a word in Spanish that doesn't follow rule 1 or 2, you're going to need an accent mark to show how that word is pronounced. So the name Jose would be an example. Any verb in the first or third person past tense, he or she walked, caminó. We're going to get our stress wherever the tilde falls. Any word that doesn't have, that has a stress on the third from last syllable. Fantástico. Ooh, fantástico. Stress is on the third from last syllable, and we're going to get a tilde there. Fantástico. So this accent mark shows you where the stress is when it's not where it would have fallen without a tilde being there. On to rule 4. Sometimes tildes are used to differentiate between two words that sound the same but have different meanings. So these words come in pairs, and C with a tilde on it means yes. C without a tilde on it means if. So these can actually just distinguish one word from another and show which one's which. Another thing that falls under Rule 4 is the use of tildes on all of the question words in Spanish. Each word in Spanish that's a question word does carry an accent mark on top of it. And I'm having trouble getting to what I'm looking for. But if I ask donde, where, sorry guys, I'm trying to access my my question mark that's inverted and not grabbing it because of my video up here. Anyway, this word where has a tilde on it if you're asking, but if you're stating, it doesn't. So donde for where is a question, carries a tilde, but donde if you're saying like I know where the bathroom is, let me show you, then that one would not carry a tilde. One more rule to go. Tildes can be used to break diphthongs. Now a diphthong occurs when a weak vowel and a strong vowel are next to each other. The weak vowels in Spanish are U and I. U and I are weak. Strong vowels are A, E, and O. So if I have them in combination, they form a single syllable together. Like, y'all speak habláis. If I want to break a diphthong, then I have to put a tilde over the weak vowel, and that gives it the strength to stand alone, which happens in the word uncle, tío, in the word Maria. And there aren't a whole lot of words like this out there, but it is really good to know that the weak vowels are U and I, the strong vowels are A, E, and O, and generally, if they get together, they form a single syllable. Like in the word auto. No broken diphthong here. Auto. Two-syllable word. Falls under accent rule 1. Verbal stress is on the second to last syllable. And this is one syllable. Okay, so there are the basics of the accent rules in Spanish. Y muchas gracias. Hasta luego.